important. Teaching our dogs is important. Physical activity is important. All of these things help to create a well-balanced dog. But there's sometimes when, let's be honest, you're tired, you've worked all day, maybe you don't have it in you to take a 2-mile walk or a 1-mile run. Maybe you don't have the energy to throw the ball 40 times for your dog that night. That's okay. That's reality, and that's just life. It doesn't mean we need to give up our dogs, or it doesn't mean we don't get a dog at all. What it means is we just do engagement in some other way. So here's some things that we do at the Pawsitive Pathways program to help keep the dogs engaged, their mental health is stable, and keep that overall balance for our dogs. So we do a couple of different things. Everybody in our program gets fed with a slow feed bowl. So this can be in a variety of shapes. A little bit harder, a little bit easier, and then like this purple one back here that is extremely tough. Most of the time we go straight to a slow feed bowl right off the bat. So for example, Leo, our little blue nose pit bull mix, he had to have a slow feed bowl from the beginning because he eats his food so fast, he actually makes himself sick. And so this slows him down, forces him to use his brain a little bit, engage and think about how to get the food out of the bowl. So he has to be a little more strategic. When a dog uses their brain, it is going to wear them out both physically and mentally. They can relax, they can rest easier, and not feel so pent up. Not only do we use our slow feed bowls, but we also use different treat and mental engagement toys. This is a really silly one I just got off of Amazon not too long ago. It's called the Egg, and you can hear it makes kind of a goofy sound. The Egg is really simple to use. These are not challenging on the human, which is good for me. Comes right apart like this. We've got our little funny sound maker, which the dogs get a kick out of. The Egg comes apart just threads like that. So with my Egg, I just get some food right in there like that. So what I do is I put the sound maker in. I fill up with treats, or to be honest, a lot of times I'll use their own dog food, and I'll fill that in there, and then I screw this back together. What happens after I do that, once it's back together, there's a little hole here, and I can adjust how big or small the size is. And so the dog has to learn to push this around with their nose and figure out how to get the food to come out. The other one that I just got that I am really loving, actually this is my favorite so far, is the Bob-a-Lot. It's by Starmark. What you do with this is you take the lid off. Here's the lid. And you can see one of my aggressive chewers right here. He's able to get a little bit of chew on this, but I mean, this is still intact, and he's had this one for about 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks. So we would pour food right in the top, and then we could also pour a little bit of food in the side. I can, again, adjust how big or small the hole or the output is. See, there we go. I can push that closed if I want a little small treat or to make it harder. Or if this is a new dog that's just learning how to use these, I make it as big as possible. The food goes down that hole into this reservoir, and the dog has to turn it and move it. It's weighted on the bottom, so you can see when I toss that. Even if I tip it. This is just something that's nice because the dog can push it, hit it with his nose, with his foot. He can pick it up, he can drop it. It's not gonna break. On our Positive Canine Solutions Colorado webpage, we have an Amazon wish list, and I need to add these to that because these are pretty cool. If you guys ever wanted to help out our Pawsitive Pathways dogs in any way, and you want to do something directly to help the dog other than just, a cash donation, you could go on our Amazon wish list. There's a link to it in our website. I'll put that on this video as well. And you can always go in there and purchase a toy for somebody. All right, this is the next one I have. Now this would be for somebody who is not aggressive at all with their chewing. So like Lemon or Belle would be really good with this. As you can see, there's levels inside here, and it's plastic. It's a kind of a thin, bendable. I can squeeze this and kind of manipulate it a little bit. So I can do a couple things here. I can put a milk bone directly inside that hole. I can fill this in with some treats, and then same thing, dog has to use their brain. That's the whole point to all of these. They can learn how to roll this around. Once they figure out that moving this thing around is going to give them a nice treat, they're going to get really into it. Here's a ball concept also. This is a lot tougher plastic. So this is much harder. I cannot squeeze this or manipulate this and get food to come out of it. Dog learns how to get the food out. You guys get the concept, right? Okay, last thing I was going to show you is what we call a lick mat. Okay, here's the cool thing about a lick mat. They have suction cups on the back. You can suction this to the wall. You can suction this to the bathtub. You can suction it to the floor. Or, like in our case, a lot of times when we're trimming toenails or we need to check their ears or something on their body, we will just get some peanut butter. Just creamy peanut butter, no nuts. I always make sure there's no xylitol in my ingredients because xylitol is extremely harmful to dogs. So you just want to get peanut butter that's just peanuts. I'll take a spoonful and I'll just spread it across that. These have little divots in them, as you can see. Yeah, that's the cheese that was in there earlier. So the dog has to work with their tongue to get those out. I also use a spray cheese. We're not making this their diet. This is not their main food source. This is an extra treat. So if I do this in moderation, I am not going to put on extra weight or harm them. Now, if you have a dog that doesn't like cheese, you want to try peanut butter. No on peanut butter? Maybe try some cream cheese. Try some pumpkin puree. You can really do just about anything. Yogurt and then freeze it. And lick mats are great when you put something on them and then put it in the freezer. What you got there? Yeah, what is that, bud? What is that? This is Mr. Leo. He's using the lick mat with the cheese from a can. And this helps Leo kind of to relax. Although he does like his crate already. Don't you, bud? Now he's going to get his Bobbit toy. Yeah. He's good with that. Good brain engagement, huh? Good boy. Yes, good boy. Thank you. I'll take that back from you. Thank you. If your dog is new to this and they're just starting out, you do not want to make this hard because what'll happen is they will give up right away. The other thing is when I get a new dog into the program and I'm just starting out with an engagement tool, I want to show them. When they touch it with their foot or with their mouth, I'm kind of there to be their cheerleader and I say, good girl, good boy. So they know that, oh, when I touched that, I got praised. Let me touch it again. And then pretty soon the magic starts happening, right? The treats come out and the dog gets super excited and says, oh, shoot, let me touch that some more. This is a good thing. So lots of praise when you're starting these things in the beginning. You engaging with your dog and showing them how to do this is important. And then once they get it, you can make the hole a little smaller, make it a little tougher to get to, and put them in their crate, give them their busy toy. You're going to have a nice, restful dog because they're going to play, they're going to use their brain, they're going to get tired, and then they're going to want to take a nap. So these are the types of things we give our dogs when it's super cold outside. Whee! You're fast like lightning, aren't you? Where'd you go? There she is. Yes, good girl. Bow bow. What do you think? Isn't this crazy? I think she likes it. Yeah. Brain engagement does not have to be expensive. You do not have to buy expensive items. You could literally take old cereal boxes, put treats in them, stack them together, and then let your dog take the cereal boxes apart trying to find the treats. You can take old dish towels, wrap treats in them, tie the dish towels together, and use those for brain engagement. You can play scent games with your dog where you hide certain treats around the house. The main thing with brain engagement tools is if your dog has never done them, be a part of the brain engagement with them. This will help build your relationship with your dog, create more of a bond with your dog, but also you can be your dog's cheerleader. You can really teach them and tell them when they're doing something correctly. Show everybody how it's done, Rio. Can you show everybody? Yeah, there we go. Good boy. Good boy. Yum. Yum. That is so cool. Just some parting thoughts on brain engagement. If your dog's never really used one of these toys, make sure you stay with them and supervise their engagement with the toy in the beginning. If your dog is an aggressive chewer, things like the egg, they will break. So make sure that you don't leave them alone with something that is not for aggressive chewers, because if they swallow a piece of the plastic, that could be harmful to them. In the beginning of teaching brain engagement with these types of toys, you need to be involved with your dog. So get down there, play with your dog, show them how to do this, be their cheerleader, and maybe work on some bonding and relationship with them that will last a long time. You guys have a great day, a blessed day, and if you have any questions about anything that I put in the video, please just let me know. One last thing, if you're interested in adopting any of the Pawsitive Pathway pups, like the dogs that you saw in the video today, Belle the German Shepherd, Oreo the black and white pit bull mix, or Mr. Leo our gray pit bull mix, please let us know. Pawsitive Pathways would be happy to give you more information. We'd also be happy to set up a meet and greet with